So step one is design. And for us, design means that the planning of your product is done. So once you've completely planned out what your product is going to look like, what it's going to be made out of, what kind of trims are going to be used, once all of that is planned out, to us, step one is done. So that's the plan. We really like to spend a good amount of time on step one, making sure that the plan is what, you know, we as apparel experts think will work, and then you as the brand owner know will work for your brand and for your vision. So it's much less expensive and much quicker to make reiterations to drawings into the plan than it is later on. Once you get into cutting and sewing prototypes, then it becomes a little bit harder and more expensive to start changing your direction. So, you know, what do you expect during step one design? We have a few deliverables during step one. So one thing is we do some tech drawings. So as you can see on this slide, we have a tech drawing. This is a pretty technical garment. It's a cycling bib. So you can expect to get, you know, 3 to 4 drawings of each style that you're going to produce as options. So for instance, this client came to us and said, you know, they wanted certain things. They wanted a cycling bib. They knew they wanted a breathable back portion. They knew they wanted it aerodynamic, maybe some other things. So this is an example of one of the cycling bibs that we drew for them. We also drew a few others. And so we give you the drawings and you get to review the drawings. We'll have a meeting with you, it can be in person or via phone, about the drawings, and we'll go over the options. And so our goal is to get to a final illustration of what we're going to make for your products. A lot of times people will say, oh, I like what you did to the back on this product, and I like what you did to the leg on this product, and then maybe we can combine them and make your final drawing. But so we really want to get to that final look of what we're going for. Another thing that's happening during step one design is we're choosing fabrics for you and we're sending you a bunch of options. So once you've got your sketch finalized and you know what it's going to look like, then we're going to give you several options, you know, 5, 10, 15, depends on how many types of fabrics you have in your garment. But we're going to give you several options saying, we think these fabrics are appropriate for your garment and are good for different reasons. We can also have another design session. We can discuss via phone or in person all of the fabrics that we send you, and we'll kind of walk you through why we chose each fabric. So for instance, you know, we may have sent you a fabric that has a really good price point, and it's readily available in small quantities and it would work for your product, but maybe we'll send you another fabric that's, you know, amazing and it's beautiful and it's, you know, the most best hand fill fabric out there, but it might have a downside of high price point, or it might have higher minimums in order to get some fabric. So we'll kind of walk you through all the different options and why we chose them. And then you as the business owner, we're asking you to make that final decision of what fabric we're going to go with based off of all the different options and reasons we chose them. So that is also happening during step one. So we want to determine what fabrics we're going to make it out of. The last thing that we're planning during step one design is label design. So again, we come up with different options. We draw different labels for you. Label design can actually be way more complicated than you think. It's something many people think about towards the end. We like to think about that at the very beginning because we have made it into manufacturing in the past too many times. where the whole product is finished and ready to be manufactured, but we don't have the labels yet. And so then manufacturing has to stop while we wait for the labels to come. So we really tried taking care of that during the beginning process, because we still have to create, sample, and test all of the labeling right along with the prototypes for the apparel. There's a whole bunch of different options for labeling. There are some compliance laws that come into play for labeling, so we're going to make sure that your garments are following those laws. And then we're also taking into account branding and how you want to brand your label and brand your garment.